Time now for our Entre Nous segment. When you immigrate to France, you often are required to take integration classes as part of your transition. I took them myself years ago. And in these, you're taught that working is essential to integrating fully into French society. But there are often challenges for immigrants and migrants, such as language, precarious living conditions, and literacy as well. Our guest today aims to bridge those challenges. Maya Persaud is the co-founder and director of Espero. It's a workplace and support program here in France that helps unemployed people use their talents in their new home. Thank you so much, Maya, for being here in studio with us.
Thank you for having me.
I want to start by just understanding what inspired you to start Espero and the kind of services that you offer.
So initially during the refugee crisis in 2015, it was with the war in Syria, and together with three other friends, we came together and said, okay, what can we do? So we started collaborating with local organizations to do volunteer work, and then we said, why not value the skills that refugees, newcomers bring to France through agriculture and beekeeping. And then through a friend of mine who works in fashion, who was looking at, we had started this program for a couple of years through agriculture and beekeeping, through helping refugees and newcomers find jobs in these areas. And then a friend of mine from the fashion industry, she had a friend who was looking for two sewers, and she asked me if I knew any because she knew what I was doing with refugees and newcomers. And I said, no, but I'll find out. And we checked with our partners, and we found at least 30 people who had sewing skills. So we said we need to start a project, and it was in December 2020 during COVID.
And so now you work with many refugees who are skilled in sewing, embroidery, and you've connected them, in some cases, with major Parisian fashion houses. Is that right?
Correct. Yes. There's Alain, who, when we met him, he was working in an integration program, but in logistics and with vegetables. But he had 20 years of experience in embroidery. So we hired him, and after 9 months, he was able to get a contract with one of the biggest luxury houses in the world, and now he has a CDI with them. Mm-hmm. And there are other cases like Akhtar, who is from Afghanistan, who was working in construction when we met him, but he was a tailor in his country for more than 10 years, and we employed him for 2 years. At that point, in the beginning, he didn't speak French, we worked on his technical skills and French language, and today he works at one of the biggest luxury houses in the world as well.
And these are skills that are very in demand here in France. There aren't enough people who do this, but we often see migrants who have these specialized skills have to enter into more easily accessible work, such as cleaning or construction, and aren't able to use these skills. You mentioned language. What are some of the other blocks, the challenges that you help people overcome to be able to use these specialized skills?
Yes, so we employ people from 6 months to 2 years. We're supported by the French government. From 6 months to 2 years, we work on administrative processes, access to long-term housing, the French language. We have employees that are handicapped or chronically unemployed. So we work on building self-confidence through activities as well. So we create a pret-a-porter collection made from dead stock given to us by one of the biggest luxury houses in the world. And we present these collections. For example, we presented one at Musée d'Orsay in 2023, and we're going to present the next collection on July 3rd at Musée d'Orsay as well. So I think doing a project from A to Z, from beginning to end, and then to see the results of that project is a very inspiring and fulfilling process for our employees, and to see that they can accomplish something and to find dignity in the work that they did before in their country, or to learn a trade that they can then move on to work in, I think is very it helps them find dignity and confidence in themselves.
Right, because the name of your organization, Espero, it means hope in Spanish. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And
yeah.
in fact, that's really, I imagine, what you're offering refugees is hope. I mean, it's quite life-changing.
I think it's life-changing. And like you said at the beginning, the best way to find your place in society is through work. And these are people who have skills and who are very motivated to work. Right now, we're working on a project with the European, partly funded by the European Commission, textiles with other countries, Italy, Greece, and Bosnia-Herzegovina, to co-create a pret-a-porter collection that we're going to present as well. And so collaborating, mixing populations, and doing creative, innovative projects is part of building that confidence and creating hope. When you work on a project and then you see the project through, I think that's very fulfilling as well. And yeah.
I want to ask for our viewers, people watching, if they want to get involved, if they either want to support your organization or become a part of the organization, what can they do and where can they find out more?
So we have an Instagram page, Espero Atelier, and then we have a presentation for the public at Musée d'Orsay, July 3rd from 9:30 to 2:30 p.m.
All right, Maya, thank you so much for coming and telling us more about this very cool initiative, very cool group, Espero. Great to have you on the program.
Thank you.
And for more of our Entre Nous segment, you can always check it out on our website, France24.com. We've got all the back segments there as well.